Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm back. And I'm sitting on my bouncing ball that I never got to use because I gave birth early. Well, earlier than I thought. So I'm back with my labor and delivery story. It's a very interesting one. Like, I promise you, it's interesting. It blows my mind still when I think about it because it was so unexpected. I know you never know what's gonna happen during labor and all that, but I just didn't expect what happened. So while my baby's sleeping, let me just jump right into it before he wakes up. So firstly, I woke like on the 6th of November. It was my friend's baby shower, Pindi. So we went to her baby shower. It was a Sunday. Went to her baby shower. We had fun. We were dancing. The baby was kicking. I was doing fine. I actually drove there, like to San Leandro. That's like what 46 minutes away. And I came back home. We slept. In the morning, I was not feeling it. I was just not feeling well, and I just felt like my baby was moving less. So I told my husband, I was like, you know what, I feel like I need to go to hospital, you know, and I just need them to monitor me for a bit because there's something that I'm not feeling, I just had to trust my instinct. So I woke up around 11, took a shower, ran a few errands, and I had to submit something at the hospital anyway. So I was like, okay, let me just run on my errands and then I'll go to hospital. And then I did that. At about 2, I went to the hospital and I was like, hey, I'm not feeling the baby move like he does. So I'd like you guys to monitor me a bit and see if everything is okay. They're like, okay, cool, cool. We're gonna take you to triage. I was like, okay, fine. So they took me to triage, and mind you, I had not eaten the whole day because I was so busy. So I was like, okay, when I'm done at the hospital, I'm gonna go eat. So when I got there, they told me I couldn't eat because they first need to know what's going on. By the way, never mind this. Like, this house is so packed. There's no place where I could film, so I had to use this corner, and it's my husband's man cave. So it's where he does his exercises. So that's why this is showing. So anyway, so I got they they took me in. I got like, not admitted per se, but I was in triage, and they were gonna monitor me for a bit. So they monitored me for like 2 hours, and after 2 hours, I actually fell asleep, and then all of a sudden, I just had this machine beeping, toot, 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 toot. And then this lady runs in. She's like, "Oh my God, your blood pressure just dropped. What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know. I was sleeping, so I don't know." She's like, "Oh, that's strange because it was okay, but it just dropped like really drastically." I was like, "I don't know." It's like, "Okay, we're gonna have to monitor you a bit more." I was like, "Okay, fine." And then I was like already getting contractions those days. I was 38 weeks, 5 days. I was getting contractions, like serious contractions, and so later, like an hour later, I started getting more. Like that day specifically, I did not get any contractions, but the other days I was getting contractions. So they were like, "Are you getting contractions?" I'm like, "Yeah, except for today." So an hour later, after my heart dropped, my blood pressure dropped, I started getting contractions, and they told me that with each contraction, my baby's heart is dropping, so they have to keep me longer. So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Mind you, I was so hungry that time. I was so hungry. I'm like, "Can I have some food?" They're like, "No, you can't have some food. You just gotta wait." I was like, "Okay, cool." And that cycle went on for 2 hours. His heart was dropping with every contraction. They're like, "Okay, we're gonna have to admit you. We cannot let you go home because something might go wrong, and we don't want that. So we're gonna admit you, and we're gonna give you oxytocin to see, just to test it out. We want you to have 3 contractions back to back within 10 minutes and see how his heart is doing. I was like, okay, cool. So they admitted me, and I called my husband, like, okay, I'm getting admitted and all that. It's like, okay, cool, I'm not. So they started me on the oxytocin. I hope I'm even pronouncing it right. So they started me on the oxytocin. As they started me on the oxytocin, nothing was really happening with his heart. It was normal, but it was normal, and then it was going down. It was normal, it was going down. So they were a bit confused. They were like, okay, we're still not happy, so we're still not sending you home, because his heart, it's okay, and then it's dropping, it's okay. And anyway, since we've started labor, we can't really reverse it. So we might just have to go ahead and just, have this baby. I'm like, okay, cool. And anything that's best for my baby. And then they were like, okay, no, we're not happy. We're gonna keep you, and we're gonna induce your labor. I was like, okay, cool. Let's just do whatever's best for my baby. That's all I had in my heart. I was just like, if he's gonna be okay, then I'm cool. And I was okay with the fact that he was full term already, so he was not gonna be a preemie. So I was just like, okay, it's fine. I'm tired of this pregnancy. So the next day, on Tuesday, they put around 11 a.m. They put a balloon. I don't know what it's called. A balloon inside me to induce labor. And then I was on oxytocin for 24 hours, and my labor was progressing so slow. I was in like 1 centimeter the whole day. I was 1 centimeter dilated the whole day and not effaced. And then later on that day, I was like 3. And then like midnight, I was like 5. So that's when they started. Okay, the balloon came out eventually. I don't remember when it came out. It just came out, and it didn't do really much difference, because they said it's supposed to open you up, but it didn't really open me up. So that was a fail. And then they were like, okay, we are running out of options. We don't want to do a C-section. We want you to do this naturally. I'm like, yeah, I want to do it naturally too. But they're like, but progressing. I'm like, oh, well, let's just keep trying. As long as his heart is still okay and I'm still okay, then let's keep trying. What is the next step that I go? The next step is for us to break your water and see what happens then. I was like, okay, cool. So in the around 1 a.m. on Wednesday morning, they broke my water. And then by that time I didn't get the epidural, because I was just like, okay, I'm gonna tough it out. They were giving me something for pain. I don't know what it is. I don't remember. They told me, but it was making me dizzy and sleepy. That's all I remember, because they were putting in the IV. And then so they broke my water at 1 a.m. and by 1:30 I was screaming for epidural. I'm like, please give me the epidural, please, because I was in so much pain. Eventually around 2 a.m. the guy came. Oh, now the epidural, you guys, like every video that I watch on YouTube, they say it's just a pinch, it's just a sting. No, that shit was painful. Like, for me, it was hands down the most painful thing that I went through, like, for my birth, because like I was poked 4 times and he kept hitting my bone, and it's like, you are too skinny, where are you feeling it? I'm like, on my right. It's supposed, no, it's like no, it's not supposed to be like that. And then he takes it out, he pushes. I was screaming like I was giving birth, and the worst thing is that I knew if I moved I was gonna be paralyzed. So the only thing I could do was just scream my lungs out, because they put my husband in front of me. They're like, okay, hold on to him. I was about to break him because it was so painful, and I was screaming. It was hands down the most painful thing that I've experienced. Like, I can tolerate a lot of pain. The fact that I went up to the 5 centimeters with oxytocin tells you that I can tolerate pain, because even that medicine they're giving me, it just, it wears off so fast. So I could feel the pain, you know. It was just like for a few minutes where I'm just like, okay, let me just take a nap, and then after that there's pain. So that epidural was hands down the most painful thing. Anyway, I finally got the epidural in, and then I went to bed. So I went to bed with the peanut ball in between my legs. So at around 6:15 a.m. on Wednesday, 9th November, I woke up and I wanted to change sides because my right was so painful. I wanted to sleep on my left. So I called the nurse, and then she took the ball out, and I turned. And as soon as I turned, my baby's heart rate just dropped like from 150 to like 60. And she's like, oh my God, his heart just dropped. Can you turn around and go back to your right? I said, okay. I went back to my right. His heart rate wouldn't go up. They said, okay, go on your knees. I went on my knees. His heart rate wouldn't go up. Next thing I knew, there were nurses and doctors rushing to my room. And there were like 20 people. They're like, oh, we're not going up. We're down. They were just, it was so crazy. Because I was just waking up from sleep. And then I'm dealing with like 20 people who are not really talking to me, but they're talking about me. And they're shouting at this lady because she had me hooked. Like the bed is not supposed to be hooked on anything, so that if they have to rush you to the operation room, it's easy. So for me, it was not easy because they had to unplug a lot of stuff. So I eventually was rushed to the. So they told me that I have to do an emergency C-section because his heart is not going up. So that was the scariest moment of my life, thinking that I can be carrying this baby for 8 months, some days, and then lose him on that day. Girl, I was so scared. So they rushed me to the room, and they found out that my epidural had worn off. So they were like, can you feel this? I'm like, yeah, I can feel it. So they're like, okay, your epidural is not working right now, and we don't have time to pump it back and give it time to kick in. So we're gonna have to put you to sleep. Next thing I knew, this guy comes in with this oxygen thingy. He puts it on on my nose and my mouth, and I couldn't breathe. And then I just moved his hand. He came right back and he put. That was the last thing. And then I remember this lady coming to me and like, oh, I'm gonna be a doctor today and this and that. I'm like, okay, cool. And then next thing I knew, girl, I woke up in this room with other nurses that I had never seen, and with this baby. I could see this baby, and now my baby was light, like he was so light skinned. I was just like, what? So I woke up in the room, just me and these nurses. I don't see my husband. I just see this baby, and he's so light skinned. So in my mind, I'm just like, so I was still very confused. So I'm just trying to process everything. Okay, I was sleeping. I woke up. My stomach is gone down. That means the baby's out. Okay, could that be my baby? Okay, man, like for me, like I'm happy that my baby was saved, and I had that C-section. But I just wish maybe they didn't put me to sleep, because I feel like that thing robbed me of a lot of emotions that I didn't feel. You know, just waking up with a baby, you don't know what went on. You're just so clueless. I just felt like I felt some type of way. I still do when I think about it, but I try not to think about it because I know it's gonna put me into depression. So, but yeah, I don't wish like what I experienced on anyone. Like for my next baby, I definitely want to try for a VBAC, or if I really have to have a C-section, then I don't want to be put to sleep, because I don't want to just wake up with a baby and just don't even know what's happening, and no one is there to tell me nothing. My husband was not there. They didn't want to let him in the room where I was, which I really didn't understand. And the fact that he was not in my operation room, he says they made him stand outside and they just brought the baby outside, which is like, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm just like, okay, I have my miracle baby and I have my life. So I guess I should just be thankful for that instead of complaining, you know. But yeah, C-section recovery has been real. I'm now, today is the 27th of November, I believe. My baby is 2 weeks and some days, so I'm 2 weeks, some days to postpartum. And the first week was terrible because I couldn't cough, I couldn't laugh, I couldn't. It was terrible, but yeah, as time goes, it's getting better. I can cough now, but I cannot cough like how I used to, or sneeze like I used to. But yeah, I'm getting there, and my incision is looking good. There's no there's nothing to be concerned about. There's no redness or like what they say, watch out for redness and this and that. There's nothing like that. It's looking good. I'm feeling good. As you can see, the snapback is real. Like, can I show you the snapback? My stomach is still, I still got a stomach, but I've been using that belt they give you at the hospital because I tried to use the one I bought, but I noticed that it was making my incision swell, so I stopped using that. So yes, that's my labor and delivery story. It was scary, and it was scary, but like I said, the results I'm very happy with. I love my baby. He's so adorable. He's perfect, and I wouldn't trade him for nothing. And I'm really happy that I trusted my instinct and went to the hospital on Monday, because if I didn't, I don't know what would have happened, because obviously he was not feeling well, he was not doing good. So yeah, I have some clips that were taken by my dear friend Ivy at the hospital, of, I believe, before I gave birth and after, or after, I don't know, but I'm gonna insert them and you guys can see. Well, things didn't go as planned. I was planning to film my whole labor and delivery, but things happened so spontaneously. I did not have anyone to film it because my husband wouldn't do it. He's not into that kind of stuff. So I didn't have any of my friends there. I was hoping to call them on Wednesday because I thought I was going to have a natural birth. And then I was going to call them when I was like maybe 7 centimeters, which didn't happen. So I didn't really get to film anything. But I do have some clips that Ivy took, and they're very real. I look very crusty. I look real, like I look like what a woman should look like after giving birth. But yeah, and then you get to see my baby there, because I can't show you right now, he's sleeping, so I don't want to wake him up. So yeah, that is my labor and delivery story. 11:09, November 9th, that's when I gave birth at 6:27. My baby was 6 pounds 9 ounces, and he was 21 inches tall or long, and he was just perfect. His name is Abel Junior Elom Solebi. That's my baby, but we call him AJ. And yeah, it's been real, man. The sleepless nights, yeah, they're there. He wakes up like 5 times. Now he eats. That's one thing about that child. He eats. I remember in hospital they were telling me where to stop feeding him, but he always went like that child. It went to a point where they had to mark it down, like, you have to stop feeding him here. I'm like, I try, but he just doesn't want to let go. So he eats. So he wakes up 5 times, 4 times to eat, and he goes to sleep. Sometimes he doesn't want to go back to sleep right away. Sometimes he goes to sleep right away. But yeah, it's great. I'm loving the new chapter in my life. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really loving all the support that I'm getting from my in-laws, my family in South Africa, even though they're far, my friends, So everything's great. I'm just looking forward to. So by the way, I wanna make I wanna do a series about my au pair experience. So I wanna know if anyone is interested in that. So I can do my next video can be that, because I realize that there's a lot of things that are not talked uh, about being an au pair, and I feel like if I had someone who's spoken to me before I came here and let me know what exactly goes on, then I would have had a better, like I would have prepared myself. So I feel like if I do this series, it could really help someone who's wanting to be an au pair, or any, yeah. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and answer me if you want me to do the au pair series. Enjoy these mini clips that I'm gonna insert in this video. I hope you like this video. I hope it helps someone, and thank you for watching again. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I feel better than yesterday. Yesterday I thought I was dying. I was speaking in Swahili. I've never spoken in Swahili, but yesterday, the pain I was feeling.
You were in pain?
I was like, you should have seen me. I was just like, oh my.
Did your water break or something?
No, it didn't break. So, yesterday I was here to check on the baby because he was not moving. And then I realized that with the contractions, his heart was going down. So they said they wanted to see why is that. It means he doesn't like birth. So they were gonna keep me for a few hours, and still there's no difference. So they decided to keep me. But now today he's been doing great. His heart has been, as you can hear,
very loud.
Yeah, very loud. And he's jumping.
He's ready to jump out.
Yeah. Latest tomorrow we'll have this baby.
Tomorrow evening.
Latest tomorrow we'll have this baby, but they'll check me at maybe 6. The last time they checked me, they said I was 3 centimeters.
You need to be?
I need to be 10.
10. Oh, then by tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So.
When did they check?
Around 12. Around 12. Yeah. So I need to be 10. And then the thing is with me, it's different. My body was not ready for labor yet. They had to force
induce.
So they first put something like a balloon to open up my cervix. They put it last night at 11. It came out this morning. Not this morning. It came out around 12. So now they put this Pitocin. That one gives me pain. It makes my pain.
It gives you contractions.
So, but they did give me some other medication that helped me. That's why I'm functioning right now. I haven't taken the epidural. I want to take the epidural maybe when I'm 6, because it so slows down labor. So if you take it too early, you might lengthen your labor. So I want to take it maybe when I'm 6 centimeters. I have 4 to go. And then for now, still good.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Just waiting for this baby now. Okay.
You've been waiting for a long time, huh?
I know.
That's his new bedroom, huh?
This is his bedroom.
His first bedroom.
Looks nice and warm.
I know, right?
Are you ready to hold my leg?
Yeah, I'm ready to catch. One hand will catch E and J Junior, and then I will catch E and J, because I know E and J will pass out.
That one. You should have seen him yesterday.
He was panicking, huh?
I'm like,
I'm ready for this. You need to call me the minute they call you to the hospital.
what time is your school tomorrow?
Today.
Today is the 9th of November, a day after elections.
What's so special about today?
Oh my God. This that we are going back to Africa. Donald Trump is sending us home. Yeah, man, I gave birth. It was crazy. Everything happened like in a split second.
What happened?
So what happened was, this morning I woke up with some pain, and I tried to turn around and sleep. I was sleeping on my right, so they told me to sleep on my left. So when I slept on my left, the baby heart dropped. The baby heart dropped to 60, from 150 to 60. And then they told me to go on my knees. It wouldn't go up. They made me lie back on my right. Still wouldn't go up. Next thing I knew, there were 20 people in my room speaking in tongues. And then I was rushed to the theater. I had a C-section. But baby's alive, tall, long, handsome, in white. Still trying to figure out.
He's preparing for Trump. He knew it ain't white, it ain't right.
So he's gonna be like,
Yeah, I'm ready for Trump.
yeah, so but I'll make another follow-up video later in life. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so this is how you look after you give birth, by the way. That's what I wanted to just testify about. This is how you look after you give birth.
But how do you feel overall?
I feel great. I feel so happy, because at the theater they killed me, bro.
How does it feel to be a mom?
To be a mom, I think I still need to. I'm not fully
Aware.
So I think
Doesn't soak in
there's
yet.
there's one hormone that needs to kick in.
It hasn't soaked in yet.
Oh my. Yeah, it hasn't soaked in yet, but I'm very happy.
That's good. So here he is.
Our bundle of joy.
Yeah.
AJ.
Baby AJ, baby Junior. Right?
Yep.
With all his glory and his
Apparently
smiles.
he's AKA Trump.
AKA Trump. That's your nickname since you're born on Trump Day.
That's what everyone's saying.
Yep. 6 pounds.
Yeah, 6 pounds.
That's a big head. 36 centimeters. You'll be a genius.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else?
I will just make a follow-up video and I'll attach this video.
Alright.
So yeah.
Okay.
I would say this has been the most scariest, interesting, life-changing 4 days of my life. We're going home, just got discharged. It's Friday, 11/11. I was admitted with my baby in my stomach on Monday, so we've been here for 4 days. Finally, we're going home with my angel. As you can see, we're ready to go, waiting for someone to get us here with a wheelchair and take us to daddy downstairs. All God has done throughout my journey in America saved my ass. He saved my ass once again. This is a testimony. I think this is one of the biggest testimonies in my life. My voice is not coming out correctly because I can't cough yet. Because when I cough, it's very painful. But I thought I should record this video before I leave. I am going to do a follow-up one, and I'm going to attach all these small videos that I have to it. But that one is going to be in detail about like what happened, like how life can change in a split of a second, because that's exactly what happened to me. But I'm grateful because I'm going home with my angel, the love of my life, my miracle, my bundle of joy, my everything, and my life will never be the same. I'm really looking forward to this new journey of becoming a mommy. Yesterday I already had a taste of what it feels like because I didn't sleep. As you can see, this is what after birth looks like without makeup. So yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to get the video up, because I still have to get used to my new life and adjust and everything. But as soon as possible, I think I should even write a blog about this, because this has been I've been thinking I'm having life-changing experiences in my life, but it's just one after another. And this one has been the biggest one. And considering the fact that this is all happening and I'm just here with my husband, my mom is not here, my sister's not here, but his family has been very supportive, which I'm very grateful for. Like, they've been very supportive. So having their support also really matters. If I didn't have it, then maybe I'd be in depression right now. But not regretting any, not complaining about any, just soaking it in, ain't easy. But yeah, I will do a video on this, and I would like to thank God again for coming through for me once again. Peace out. Peace out, baby. Peace out. Bye.